Okay, good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us here tonight. My name is Pam Carey, and I am your host for this special live event. I'd like to welcome those of you who are here with me on Zoom, and also those of you who are on the live stream over in Facebook or watching on the replay in Facebook. Welcome to everyone. My colleague and good friend, Moira Gorski, is here with us tonight, and Moira and I met over 20 years ago in the shower line at our local health club because my son Ben wanted to play with her son Paul. Those boys are 27 now, and they just got married this year. But together over these couple of decades, we've raised 9 kids between us, we've done life, and we've built incredible organizations and positively impacted the lives of thousands of people, all because we leaned into the idea of starting a Shaklee business. Moira and I created this sneak peek to a side gig group on Facebook back in June of this year as a tool that we could use to add ambassadors onto our team. This group has really grown since then, and the stories have come from so many different leaders from around the US and Canada, all different teams, not just our own. And there's stories of people sharing how they came to know and love Shaklee, and who these people are now winning at life, all because of their Shaklee business. I would like to thank these Shaklee ambassadors who shared their stories over the past several months. And going forward, I want to encourage you to please share this group, invite your friends, share the group with people who are looking to start their own side gig. It really is a really great, viable tool for you to use. So it's going to live on here, even though we don't add content. You can use the group going forward. Okay, so tonight, we will be answering 7 of the most common questions that are asked by people who are considering starting a Shaklee business. If you do have other questions, you can please go ahead and type them into the chat box here tonight on Zoom, or you can put them in the comments on Facebook, and we will answer those at the end of our call. So here we are, nearing the end of yet another year, still facing challenges in life, high prices on gas and food, and rising interest rates, continued supply issues, concerns about our health as we are now in cold and flu season, and now holiday shopping is upon us. And many of us are really feeling the pinch and are wondering, what are we going to do? So instead of thinking about cutting back and thinking about what you can't have, how about thinking about what you can do to add some income to your bank account so you can pay for the things that you need and have a little extra money for the things that you want? An additional $1,000, $500, $300 a month can really make a difference for most families. And it's really affordable and easy to earn here at Shaklee. Some of you have recently left your job, or you've even lost your job, or you're out on the market looking for a new job. Some of you want to work at home instead of go to an office. And some of you have gotten your kids settled into their routines, and you're now asking, so what am I going to do with like this extra time I have in my quiet little house? Well, my best advice is always to consider all of your options. And I believe that the more options you have, the more control you have. My late father taught me 2 things. 1, if you don't like your situation, you can always change it. And 2, you are 1 decision away from a completely different life. So I hope the time that you spend here with us tonight, you'll open up your mind and you'll think about what's possible for you. And this time will be just what you need to help you make the decision to say yes to starting your own Shaklee business. Let's take a look at what's available. Currently, there are 3 top trends in business, and Shaklee happens to be at the forefront of all of them. We're in luck. First of all is e-commerce. For many of us, gone are the days of brick and mortar, and we're all into click and order. We don't go get our products, we have our products come to our house. So fortunately, Shaklee products are delivered to your door. So that makes it easy. You to connect the people to the products and they ship to their house. No inventories for you. It's e-commerce at its finest. Side gigs. It sure makes good sense to have a second income nowadays. We can all use a little extra financial support, right? It used to be, oh, you have a business of your own? Wow. Now it's, I need a business of my own, and who should I partner with for this business? What is the right business for me? People are looking. So if that's you, you're in the right place. And third is health and wellness. Now more than ever, people appreciate the value of their health. Immunity has become a household word, and so many people realize that they can take steps to create better health. Shaklee is the most clinically proven wellness company in the world, and we are so very proud to be partnered with this amazing company. So tonight, we have assembled a panel of leaders People who at one time were virtually sitting where you are right now. Some were there earlier this year, some were there a year or two ago, and some were there decades ago. We all remember the exact moment that we made the decision to join the Shaklee family. We've asked each of these leaders to answer a question that we think might be in the forefront of your mind as you consider joining us as a Shaklee ambassador and starting your own business. So our first speaker tonight is going to be my friend Monica. Monica is from Montana, and I met her on one of the Shaklee incentive trips some years ago, and she's a mom of 2 adult children, and she has a great story. Go back in and listen to it. But Monica, I'd like to thank you for joining us and kicking us off tonight, and I'd like to ask you the question, what do you say to people when they say they don't have enough money to get started?
Well, I'm the perfect person to answer that question, Pam, because I didn't have the money. We were a single income family on a shoestring budget, and then, barely making it. And then life happened, and we actually had a medical situation happening that was a long-term prospect, and we were $3,000 a month in the red, and that was from medical expenses. All right. So when I found out about the Shaklee opportunity, I could not afford not to do the Shaklee business. I needed more income. I needed more health. It all made sense to me. And what I want to say to everyone tonight, listening to this, is with today's economy and all the uncertainties and just an awareness of how important wellness is, can you afford not to partner with Shaklee? It's a $200 investment. And I want to just, ask you on the stories on this Facebook platform, what stood out to you? What stood out to me was a lot of people just wanted a better quality of life. They wanted less stress. They wanted more health. They wanted flexibility. What jumped out to you? And ask yourself, how much is it worth for you to have that in your life? If it's more time with your family, how much is that worth to you? A $200 investment to open the door to that and so much more. What are your options? Where would you go to make this possible for yourself? Is what you're doing now going to get you there? Or is your plan going to be something that's going to put you in debt with a lot of risk? Because with the $200 with Shaklee, that's such a low investment and low risk. So for $200, you are partnered with a strong and proven partner that's the leader in the wellness industry. That's going to do the heavy lifting for you, the innovation, the quality control, your back office is set up, everything. You've got customer service systems in place. We call it the ready, set, share. You're ready to start sharing and support and training and tools. All right. But here's what you're going to get, because a lot of companies will say the same thing to you. You're going to get the Shaklee difference. Okay, that $200 is going to have all these products that you're going to get to use and get healthier and prove to yourself the Shaklee difference. And that's what it's all about, is authentic sharing, because you have your own success. So my girlfriend, who's a hairdresser, has to pay $1,000 for a pair of scissors. Okay. Another girlfriend who's an assisted living nurse knows the price people pay for not investing in their health because of people who are in the nursing home. So where will you have that opportunity for $200? It's such a great deal. I highly recommend it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. Thank you so much, Monica. You've been a great
welcome.
Success. It's been great to work with you. Okay. Next we have my friend Precious Bird. She is from North Carolina, a boy mom. And Precious, you wear a lot of hats. You have a lot of jobs and you're in a lot of places. And I love your story. Please go back and listen to Precious and her lovely story. But Precious, time. When people say they don't have enough time to start a business, they're already busy. But what do you say when someone says, I don't have any time for a business?
That's exactly what I said. I don't have any time for a business. I gotta do another business. We own 3 companies. Why do I need to do Shaklee? Well, it came down to the bottom line. I wanted to make a difference in not only my family's health, but other people's health. So a lot of us on this call really did the business because we just fell in love with the product. And then, when you fall in love with something, you always refer people. You tell everybody about your favorite Netflix movie, right? Well, the same thing happens with Shaklee. So when I think about I don't have enough time, the great thing I love about Shackley is they have such great professional development training. And you can listen to the training while you're commuting. They teach you time management, they give you schedules. And one of the tips that I've learned along the way, it's okay to say no. Oh my gosh, I can say that word, no. And so sometimes you have to say no to some things and just prioritize what's important. So the question is, how important is it to you to be able to share health and get some wealth along the way? Because if it really is important, I want you to find a way that you can just squeeze just one more hour out of the day. Now, for me, they call me the weekend warrior. I basically do Shackley on the weekend. Now, a lot of my friends, they do it during the week and they take their weekends off. Well, I'm busy during the week. But over the year, I have discovered I do have some time during the week. Sometimes it means that I have to wake up a little extra hour earlier. So that means I see the sunrise. Yes, it is beautiful. And sometimes I have to find an extra hour every other day in the evening time. You can spend part of your lunch break. And the funny thing about what my uncle always told me, you don't go out to do Shackley. You do Shackley while you're out. So when you really love the product, as I do, when you go out to people and you're listening and you're talking to them, you're like, oh my gosh, I have something for that. Let me tell you what I've done. And so really, Shackley is a side business. It really is a business, okay? Great perks, but it really is a love. And so when you're loving what you do and you forget that you get paid, oh my gosh, they say that's when you know that you're in the right place. So are you too busy? Are you really too busy for a better way in life? I don't think so. Let us work with you to teach you methods of color coding your calendar, dealing with time management. We can help each other with these skills. And then that way you'll have even a better, healthier life.
Love it. I love it, Precious. And you know what? I know people have built their business while their kids watch Sesame Street every day. They had an hour every day, in the old days, but you can put it in the pockets of your time. So thank you so much, Precious. I love it. Thank you for being with us today. All right. My next guest is Carolyn Lillehagen, and Carolyn lives way up north in Moorhead, Minnesota, across the river from Fargo, North Dakota, up in Sugar Beet country. And Carolyn has been one of those women who's been around for decades, and she can really appreciate the Shackley business. Please go back and listen to her story. It was just delightful. She's an educator. Her life has been spent educating, and you can just tell when she speaks. You'll see in a minute. But Carolyn, you started a business a long time ago when starting your own business wasn't really a thing, and everybody didn't have that. You were probably the odd one out. And maybe you worried a little bit about what your friends and family would say. Did you wonder that? What do you say to people when they say, I don't know, what will my friends and family say?
I love this question because it really does resonate with me. In the long run, hopefully your friends and family will say, great, tell me about your job. What are your responsibilities? What products do you sell? And have you met other teammates? That's what the kinds of questions we asked our 4 sons when they got their first jobs. We didn't say, are you sure this isn't some type of a scam? And so ultimately, I like to encourage people to think about this as being something you're proud of and projecting that. Truthfully, even all these years later, not everybody in my family is a member or even a product user. Some of them just aren't, and that's okay. It doesn't, if you were selling some other kind of product, you aren't going to get 100% of the people to purchase your product, and that is truly okay. Just love them for where they are and be ready to answer their questions if those questions arise. I jotted a couple notes so that I would remember to talk about a couple things. So foremost, what I would say is be sure to project positivity. If you've done even a little bit of research, you know that Shackley is a stable company with a fabulous background and a fabulous reputation. I did a little research today just so I could think, what other companies are about the same age as Shackley? Disneyland started in 1955. That's a great one. We started in 1956. We think of Disneyland as a really great place that's had a great history, served people in wonderful ways. Another company, Honda, began selling cars in 1963, just a little younger than us. But Honda is a company that we think well of. And I think any company that has endured the test of time like Shackley deserves some merit and some recognition for that. And I'm really proud of that. We have unique and effective products that address many common concerns, and we have clinical proof to demonstrate the scientific basis for our decisions in product development, and the products work. You'll hear story upon story about that. So rather than fire hose them after they maybe begin asking some questions, rather than fire hose them with every fact and act like you are trying to convince them that Shaklee is a great business, begin the process right in the beginning of your association with Shaklee. Begin the process of becoming an excellent listener and an excellent question asker. That's how the business develops the best. Perhaps you will hear someone share a health concern or maybe even a financial concern. And then you can follow up with, what have you tried so far? How's that working for you? And would you like more information about such and so product or whatever that you think connects for them that might be helpful, and move from there in natural conversations. So the question of what will my friends and family think? I think the most important thing is for you to feel good about the decision you've made and project positivity.
I think it's great. Absolutely. And who cares what they think anyways? You're in this business for yourself, and you're not by yourself, but you're for yourself. And you have goals, right? And you'll reach your goals. And we're here to help you with that. So thank you so much, Carolyn. It's so great to have you here. Thank you so much. Now, let me see. Where did my friend Liz go? Uh-oh.
I'm here.
Oh, she is
I'm
here.
here.
I didn't find her. Where can I spotlight her? Where is she? Oh, sorry. Oh, Lizzie. Hi, Liz. You don't go by
I
Liz.
have my sun lamp on me. I got no natural light in my
Oh,
house.
here we go.
I have the lights.
Oh, there you are. Good. Excellent. Oh, you
Oh,
unmuted.
lit
I
up.
see. Okay. All right. Liz lives in my town in Wheaton, Illinois, outside of Chicago. And Liz is on my team. And she's also in education, and she's gone from a in the classroom to homeschooling at her home. And her husband is also in administrative education. And that's really good. He's a superintendent in school. So Liz, I'm sure you had some concerns and hesitations and really some fears when you started, and you were sitting here thinking about telling the person who introduced you to Shaklee, should I say yes or no? What are your greatest fears? What are people afraid of?
So definitely a lot of these questions that you have set up for tonight were my fears, like what will others think? And that was definitely a fear at the very beginning, but that was answered already. Definitely, I'm not gonna have time. That was also answered, but if I can homeschool both of my children, I'm with them all day long, every second of the day. If I can do that and still find time to do a Shaklee business, anybody can do that. But one of the biggest fears that I also had was that I wasn't going to know what to say. I didn't feel qualified to do this. Like, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse. There's a lot of people on our team that were former nurses and are very educated, went to school to learn about health, and they know what they're talking about. And I don't. I was just a teacher of middle school students, and I didn't know what I was talking about. But the really great thing about our team is that we all help each other. And if I want to do a 3-way call with somebody that knows about postnatal depletion, or a 3-way call about somebody who had an issue with eczema or childhood allergies or anything like that, and if I don't know the answer, I know where to find the answer. And our team is really great about helping each other and taking the time out of their day to do 3-way calls, and we have lots of training. So even if you feel like you aren't qualified to do this, you for sure can be. There's lots of products that we carry, but you do not have to know all of them, because we are all able to help each other and can learn from it. And I've learned a ton over the past 6 years versus the day that I started, but I still don't feel qualified, and I still ask for help from other people. So
Absolutely. That's it. Well, you've overcome all your fears, Liz, because you're running a wildly successful team, and that's continuing to grow. I'm so excited to see what's in store for you in the coming year. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, Moira. My next girl is Moira. I talked to you about her and how we met. And Moira, let me ask you a question. we're no spring chickens. We've been here for a couple decades. We started when there was no social media, when we had phone books. Anybody remember the phone book? And the phones were really big and the lists were really long, and we couldn't leave the house, and we had products that nobody could see and a notebook with some notes on it. And we had to get on the landline and make the call to talk to somebody and hope they would buy something that we were looking at that they couldn't even see. Moira, do we have to be on social media or be online all the time so that we can be successful in this business? Or how does this work?
Yeah, that's a great question. And we have been together and working together and becoming the best of friends for over 2 decades. And it's been great. And yeah, things are a lot different than it was. I love the fact that we were just starting member direct ordering at that time. So like you said, it's click and order delivered to your door. And so that's a wonderful, wonderful thing. But, you know, what I like to say is you don't have to be on social, but like right now, everybody's on social. Not everybody, but a lot of people are. And it's a way for us to show other people, to tell other people these things that we love and these opportunities, and to not stay there forever. I like to say, you know, you go on social to create some curiosity. People are interested, like they want to know what you're up to. And so you're going to, you know, we post things about our life, but we post things about Shaklee because Shaklee is part of our life. And so I say, yeah, we're not spring chickens, and we can always learn things. And I think the key to this business is to be open to the new things that are coming. So if that's social media and figuring out how to do a reel, even if it's just with some products or something like that, or asking a friend for help, it's really important to embrace that and try to learn a little bit, because that's where we are today. And again, it's not 100% requirement, but I have to say I'm very thankful because our team has continued to grow and be able to share with other people all around the United States and Canada and Japan because of social media. So I like to say to people, just be open and then make your decision. But again, social media, it's a fun place to be. It's a fun place to learn, and it's really that fun place to help to create curiosity. And the fact is, the world is changing. It's changed since you and I started. It's going to continue to change. And so we have to change with the times and adapt and figure out how we can reach people as things have changed. So, so the answer is no and yes, but again, just embrace it. And again, I love sitting down in front of people just face to face at a coffee shop. But many times what I find when I'm going through my town and I run into somebody at the coffee shop or the health club, they're like, oh, I saw that thing that you posted on Facebook. Like, what is that? So I created that curiosity. Then I take it off of Facebook and I go have a phone call or I have a cup of coffee with them. And then we continue that conversation there. So I think that's the important things to say about social media at this time.
Right. There's no have tos, only want tos, right?
Right.
All right, Moira. Well, you've been a great example for us. Thank you. Keep rolling. All right. Our next guest is Janet Coaster. Janet comes from Iowa. I've known Janet for a long time. She's always the life of the party whenever I see her in person at Shaklee events. And Janet, you are the quintessential environmentalist that I know and a lover of all things that are good for the planet and good for you. She's walked across continents. Go listen to her story. But Janet, how can you be successful if you are not good at selling? You know, everybody wants to buy something and nobody wants to be sold anything. And how does that work? Because the number one thing that people tell me is, oh, I can't sell. I don't want to sell anything. What do we say? Are you muted, Janet? You got to unmute. Oh, here we go. It's all right.
Technical difficulties.
There we go.
On my cursor.
Excellent.
Anyway, I would say, well, good. I'm not good at selling either.
That's
And
right.
I really don't want you to be good at selling, because we have a gift to share. And I would really be more in conversation by asking questions like, what are you good at doing? Do you care about people? Do you want others to have wellness physically and financially? Do you share a good movie or a good book with your friends? Can you see the products as a gift of wellness? Can you see yourself as those you touch with Shaklee, with vibrant wellness and financial health. So that would be what I would do with that question with someone, is just engage them in a conversation. And I would stress, we have a gift to share. And, we're there to educate people. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So, and I'll just end by saying that, selling is a skill set. And we can learn skill sets. So even if we come to an experience without those skill sets, we can be successful by being willing to be coached and mentored by others. And it begins, as someone said earlier in this panel, being a good listener, be a good complimenter so that you build trust with people, and a good question asker. Then you know where they have a need, and can, in some cases, you have to make them think it's their solution that they've come up with. I know that's the way with my brother.
Yes, we do learn to steer the conversations, don't we? And I love the training that's here. And in most transactions that we deal with, it's know, like, trust, buy. So it really is a relationship business, and they have to know us, they have to like us, they have to trust us, and then they'll buy from us. So we always say that the Shaklee Business Opportunity is the best course in personal development that we never knew we needed. We could become better moms, better wives, better neighbors, better friends, better listeners, just better people all around. And I like to say that I think once we're in here for a while, inside this Shaklee bubble, I call it, we're so happy and so healthy and so supportive of other people that we forget that there's a world outside of pain and trouble and illness and sadness and struggle and stress. And, we have work to do. We really, really do. So thank you, Janet. It's sharing a better way versus really selling something. So thank you so much for your answer today. Appreciate you being here. Okay, next we have, to wrap it up, my friend Becky Newman. I'm just getting to know her. She's a recent addition to our team, and she came from another social selling company. So she has some experience elsewhere, and then she came to Shaklee earlier this year. But Becky, how would you answer when people say, well, why Shaklee? Why is it different? I never heard of them before. And what makes them different from other social selling companies?
Oh boy, this is a great question. So it's important to fall in love with what you are selling, fall in love with what you are using. And I would hope that people are not using things that they wouldn't want to sell, want to share with others, right? You're giving this to your family, so it better be the best of the best. And so I was with another company. We had a limited amount of products. They worked for a while until they didn't. And I started to dip into my own, poor mood. And I thought, I need a different solution. I need a long-lasting solution. And so what I would say is that the variety of what Shaklee offered me to share with myself, my family, my clients, as a personal trainer, as an exercise instructor, as just a person in the community, I don't want anyone to get sick. And this week I've talked to 12 people who are sick. And I just think that's horrifying. So I want to make a difference. I have the tools now with Shaklee to make that difference, to offer solutions and to offer longevity as well to everyone that I come in contact with. Okay, Shaklee has it just flew out of my head, but I want to say octogenarian. That's not the right word. Centurion. Is that the right word?
Yes.
People who live over 100, right? So many people who've been involved with selling Shaklee have lived beyond the age of 100. Is that incredible, right? Like, what other company touts that as one of their benefits to using their product? It's longevity, it's wellness. And so the variety was very appealing to me. Now, in addition, there's so many things, I could not share them all with you tonight, but just a quick highlight. I don't know anyone who doesn't like to work, because work gives us self-efficacy. It gives us confidence. It gives us purpose. And when you can have work and enjoy connections at the same time, that's the kind of job I want to be in. That's what I want to show up for, because not one day feels arduous. It feels like a passion project. Shaklee gives us a reward, a return on our investment of time and our commitment to our own health. It gives us this reward in wellness and in income and in purpose. So when you change one person's life, one family's life, you're going to be hooked. When you really understand that you were that person who brought that to them, and that question came up earlier, when they say thank you, and then they refer someone to you, like there's nothing better to know that you've done a great job. So in addition to longevity and that sense of purpose, Shaklee allows you to earn commission on every sale, every product, gives you bonuses every month. You can earn bonuses. One thing I thought was really nice is you get bonuses the next day for many of our purchases, which, you know, a lot of people need that, would love a paycheck the next day after they sell something. People can click and shop, like Moira was saying, on your wellness shop, or you can have the opportunity for a resale business. You can earn loyalty bonuses by having regular ongoing customers, and you and your customers can earn free points to earn, you know, free product in the future months. Loyalty points. Like I didn't have that at my last company. I had nothing like that at my last company. So I'd have customers for years. They didn't get anything extra. And I love that Shaklee is about the extras, about the perks. So in addition to that, we are the most clinically researched wellness company in the world. You cannot get a better title to work for. Okay, so we will love to share all that research with you. We have landmark studies that we had to, you know, put the money forward to say, are we the best? And then yes, the study came back, they are the best. So we can prove that to you. Another fun fact is that our vitamins have been sent on US space shuttle missions with our astronauts for the last 25 years. I think that's incredible. They're not going to send anything up in space that's not best of the best, even an ounce of anything that's not necessary and helpful. Really quickly getting through the last of my list here, because this is not complete, but you get an idea. Car bonuses are available to earn. Star Club trips. Ask the person that invited you where the next trip is and how you could go. Retreats, VIP treatment at the conference. Guys, I was new to Shaklee. 1 month later, went to conference. The swag bag, the gift, the welcome gift was so generous. I was blown away that we did not have that at my last company. Incredible support, incredible corporate training. We have so many ways to be successful, so many ways to earn an income. And I'll just wrap it up with this. The multi-million-dollar trainer that's been training me through Shaklee and is available to everyone has said, you can have one way to run a Shaklee business, but I like double money. So we can teach you how to create a business that gives you more opportunities than just one avenue. So again, there's 10s and 20, so much more, but that's hopefully whetting your appetite to find out how you can be cared for here and pass that on to others. Thank you, Pam.
Exactly right. Thank you so much for being there for us tonight, Becky. You've seen some really great things and it's got some staying power. So I'm excited for you to be here long term. I see a big future for you. So thank you so much. Okay, so back here we are. Everybody's here. We're happy to have you. Thank you so much for all the great answers that we had tonight. And we hope this event has answered some of your most prominent questions as you consider joining us and starting your own Shaklee business. If you have other questions, please, like I said, put them in the chat box or in the comments in Facebook, and we will get the answers to you. We do check regularly, and so we'll get back to you. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I wish you just a wonderful evening.